Good morning, guys. Today is February 16, 2017, and we are back for another live trade or live trading log. So the first thing I'm watching today is ZSAN. First of all, today, guys, the name of the game is Patient. Yesterday, for those of you who watched my video, I'm coming from a big loss. I believe I lost about 167 after all the fees and everything on 3 trades, and it was just kind of like I went in one after another and I just kept losing. So I didn't take the hints that, you know what, the markets are not on my side today. I can't seem to have a clear head moving into any of these plays, so maybe I should just stay on the sideline and watch. But I didn't do that. I kept jumping in and I kept losing. So name of the game today is patient and stay on the sidelines until a perfect setup or until some sort of play that I feel like the risk reward is in my favor, and then I'm gonna jump in. So first thing I'm watching is SCON, SCON. It has a float of 1.66 million. It was awarded a US PAN this morning. The news came out, so pre-market it made a move, so which is good that, you know, the news came out pre-market and not after hours, which I like to see. Second thing that I'm watching here, I'm just gonna turn this radio off here, sorry. Okay, second thing that I'm watching, the pre-market high on this is 188. The pre-market low is 151. As you guys can see, it is starting to pop up now, but it is a bit range bound from 150 to 170, so we'll see what happens with the market open. It is a previous runner, so if you look at the 1 minute chart, you will see that it has ran in the past. Went from low of 130 all the way up to 450, so a huge move, you know, it has gap to cover up to 2, so, you know, break of 188, break of 2, it does have this gap to cover, and then the 200 moving average is 229, but if it has strength, it could easily run through it, especially with a catalyst out. Now, pre-market volume is pretty high. It's about 1.46 million now, so I'm just kind of wavy that it could be a bit overcrowded, so definitely not a stock that I want to jump in right away. Maybe a break of pre-market high 188 could be a potential buy with a push towards 2, and then a break of 2, and looking for, you know, exit around 229, 225 to 230 basically. Second thing that I'm watching is NAKD. Now, NAKD is a previous runner. It has run in the past a few times. You know, this day, and then, you know, even over here it gapped up and it ran, so it does have potential as well. For this, there is no catalyst out. It has a float of 4.71 million. It has no catalyst out, but it's a bit of a chart setup. I'm looking for maybe a new high on the daily over this candle right here, so over 275 for a push towards 3, and then a break of 3 or break of this 295, which is this day's high, could potentially open up a room to up to 350 or 340s. So that's my thing on that. I'm just gonna add a little alert on this, so I don't have to keep watching this stock. With alert, you know, it'll just alert me when it reaches around, let's say, 270, and then I can watch it to see if it'll get over 275. So, you know, when the bid price reaches 270, I'll be watching it to see if it can get over 275. So that's the play on that. Wint, it's something that I'm keeping on the back burner. It does have a news out that they have a positive result for preclinical data. It has a float of 6.15 million. But it's not much happening in pre-market. The volume is only about, same thing with NAKD. The volume for that is only 2,000 shares traded pre-market. For volume for Wint is 35,000 shares traded pre-market. And even on the days that it has ran, I mean, this one right here ran from 131 to 185. Nothing huge, but not a supernova or anything, but it does have potential. But the volume was below million. So the reason I'm keeping on back burner is just it doesn't get much volume. I mean, on this day it had volume, but it got pushed all the way back down, and, you know, and it also has so even if I look to buy over this pre-market high, which is 175, it has a you know, resistance just over at just over in here, let me show you guys, just over at 185 it has some resistance, and then 196. So the reason I'm keeping on back burner, because this could be a potential play for perhaps the break of 2, and then we have some room to cover up to 250 to maybe even 350. So I'll be watching it over that. And then the last thing that I'm watching is ZSAN. Now ZSAN is obviously a percent gainer from yesterday that I played, and you know, I got in earlier in the move for the break of this candle right here to make a new high 215, and I got in at 220, pretty high, you know, from where I wanted to get in at 215, but then I waited for a pullback and I got in at 220, and then I ended up stopping out at 214 because I didn't want it to go below this level here, 215. So I got stopped out, comes down to 210, and then it basically rips all the way up to 350 throughout the day. So definitely missed a massive move there, but nothing to worry about. We'll be watching it today for a break of 320 with a potential run up to 349, and then if we can break this yesterday's high at 350, we could see a gateway open up to 4. So because it does have potential, especially with, you know, being a percent gainer. The only thing with this is it has a huge RSI, it's overextended, it's way over its above moving averages, so we have to be careful of all that. The markets are gonna open in about a minute or so here, guys. I will be back. I'm just gonna set up my orders and be ready for the day. Alright guys, so the markets are open. We'll just be watching it to see what happens. Again, my main watches are basically ZSAN, and there's a QBAX popping up, stone, it just alerts. Nothing much there. So this does have volume coming in, but again, remember the 170 is the pre-market thingy. ZSAN is running. ZSAN I'm watching over 320, which is the pre-market high, so not looking to jump into that right away there either, and nor am I looking to jump in scone right away here. So we'll kind of continue watching these, see what happens. ZSAN is coming. Scone's running. So we'll go to Scone just because, you know, it does have some potential. Now, obviously, this is very similar to yesterday when I got in at which one? What was it? Oh, I can't remember. One of the stocks that I played yesterday, very similar to that. Huge volume coming in the first 2 candles. I'll just pull it up here right now to see what stock was it. EVOK. Sorry, yeah, EVOK. Very similar, 2 big candles, you know, with huge volume, and then after that's where I got in because I thought this huge volume was coming in, so I got in for the break of. It was very similar to this actually. I got in for the break of 170, didn't work, and ended up losing on that. So glad we're being, you know, I'm being very patient today. That's the whole plan on this. But I'm gonna just pause this video for now, and then I'll bring things back when they I'll bring it up live again once I see something that I feel like I should be in or I should look to get in. Alright guys, so ZSAN did pop up. It dipped down to 280 and then it had this move. I wanted to get in for the break of 320, but I just feel like it needs some sort of a pullback because it just came from 280 all the way up to 320. So if we can get some sort of a pullback, it does have potential, just because, you know, it managed to basically get above, after pulling back, it managed to get above the get above the pre-market high. So I definitely feel it has potential. I was watching Scone as well. The Scone did come up to 180, but it couldn't get over the 188, which is the pre-market high. So obviously I'm not going to jump into anything random here today. So we're just going to be watching this, see what happens here. Just going to see what the studies look like here as well. So it is, over VWAP, overextended from the moving averages and stuff. So NAKD did pop as well. It got up to let's see what happens here. This is 319. NAKD did pop. It got up to 280, so it got over the 275. But I wanted to jump in, but then just like very similar to ZSAN yesterday, how it made a new high, I just figure I'll wait for it to break over 3 for NAKD, just because if it breaks over 3, we'll get a potential, I want to see what this is, 319, 320, be looking to jump in here. I was looking to jump in, just kind of late, missed it. I was looking to get in on this first 1 minute at 320, yeah, 320, but I just didn't have my order ready, and then I tried. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm pressing the wrong key here. So, yeah, it was a good entry from 320. Now in the 335s, but just missed that pullback there. Alright guys, still no trade so far. As you guys saw, we missed the 320 entry. I just wasn't prepared for it. Usually I just have my order ready for when it pullbacks like that, but I just wasn't. This time I wasn't ready. Now it did make another pullback, but just I'm not feeling comfortable with this. The reason being is this is a second 1 minute pullback. Right, it went below the 9 moving average, and I feel like it needs to consolidate a little. If it needs to take out this 349, it needs to consolidate a little. That's what I feel about it. I mean, obviously it could just run up right now and break that 350, but I feel like it needs to consolidate a bit. So what I'm doing, I'm basically watching. I'm gonna wait for a 5 minute setup on this. If this can pull back, back to here on the 5 minute, and then the first 5 minutes to make a new high. Preferably just around this VWAP. I would love to see it pull back on the second 5 minute just around this VWAP, and then make a new high on the 5 minute, and then look for a push above this 340, 349 level. This 1 minute pullback, I'm not comfortable with it right now, so I'm just gonna wait for a 5 minute pullback on this. Let me show you guys NAKD as well. Now NAKD did make a pop. It did get over this level here. Now obviously I'm waiting for it to get over 295, and then I'll look for a break of 3 for a potential run up to 350. So that would be an ideal play on that. It did have a nice 5 minute pullback, getting around 279, and then it pushes to 289. So, but again, we want to see it get over 3, because other than that, my risk reward is not that good. Apri just popped up. I'm just gonna take a look. So guys, as you guys can see, the 1 minute setup, that's why I didn't feel comfortable with it. Just because this candle right here had a huge drop, so I felt like sellers came in, now a little buyers came in, and then now there's more sellers. So I'm definitely looking for a 1 minute setup or a 5 minute setup on this. The high of this is 325, so I'm gonna just have my order ready at 326. Let me just see here. There should be someone at 326. I'm just gonna have my order ready at 326. Since it's a 5 minute setup, I will be looking to be a bit more aggressive. And since I'm getting in at 326, my exit is just gonna be at 319. That's 7 cents of downside plus a from 325 to 340, so about 25 cents of upside. Plus, if it breaks the high of day, we could see a push towards 349, and if it breaks that, we're off to races, potentially 4 even. Obviously, I'm not gonna be aggressive. I'm not gonna have high targets. My first target would obviously be to see if it can get over to 340 and fast. And if it can get that and break that, then obviously we're looking to get over 350. So, and that's when, if it breaks 350, that's when I'll be looking to basically lock in my profits. So we'll just watch here. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so it is approaching that level here. Okay, let's see if I get in. I got a partial fill, 50. Okay, there you go. I just got a fill. Now I'm putting my stop just at 319. Because we obviously don't want to see it get below that. We want to see a push towards so I just got it on the 5-minute setup here, 400 shares. We want to see a push towards 340 now. It doesn't look like. Oh, I just got stopped out. Wow, that was fast. Again, the 5-minute setup didn't pan out as I thought it will, but it's okay. I got a little 1 cent slippage. Oh, it's coming back up now. Wow, maybe I had a very tight stop. Yeah, maybe I had a very tight stop. That sucks. I should have given it some more room, I feel like, because see, now it's at 328. So again, I got in at 326. Now it's at 328. But I'm glad I did have a stop though, guys, because I mean, if it was to like just turn around and drop, not having a stop is never a good idea. So I'm glad I had a stop. No, I'm not upset about that. I just feel like maybe my stop was too tight. Maybe I should have given it some time to work out here, right? But usually for 5-minute setup, what I do like to see though, once it gets over, I don't want it to see like come back down that far, right? That's why I put a tight stop, just because usually if a 5-minute setup is to work, as soon as it'll pop over, you know, hang around there, and then it'll start popping. And if that's not happening, then that just means that, you know, it doesn't have enough strength in it for it to pop that much. So we'll see what happens here. Now there's a big seller at 328, 329. And that might hold it down. I mean, the next candle might be the one to run. So we'll see what happens. Alright guys, just let you know that the 3 minutes or the 5-minute setup didn't really work. I'm just looking at this one. It's moving up a little. I just have to see what the flow is. So it is a bit low float. In the past it has gone crazy, so that's what I'm looking for on this. It does have a clear room up to 552. Let me see pre-market. Yeah, it has a huge drop this morning. I want to see why it had that before I jump in it. You know, it could be something bad. No, I don't see any news on it. So I don't know why it was that drop, but I just watching that drop, I don't feel comfortable, so I'm gonna stay out of it. Alright guys, so I was watching BNTC, that popped up a little as well. I'm just gonna bring up MYSC, see what happened there. So yeah, see, I was looking to get in for the break of 405, or sorry, for the break of 4, because I figure, you know, it has the gap to cover. But then when I looked at the pre-market, good thing I did, because I saw this huge drop. So I figured that, you know, something bad happened or some news came out. I couldn't find anything, but I just decided to stay away. It wasn't something that I was excited for. So, and I'm glad I stayed away. You know, it could obviously definitely run up to the fives or whatever, but I am not gonna take that chance. I took the chance with ZSAN. And as you guys can see, the 5-minute setup wasn't as strong as I thought it will be. You know, I got in at 326 with my stop at 319, which is good, because you know what, obviously my goal was to get to that high of day for the test of high of day, but didn't work out and I ended up stopping out. But you know what, I'll take this trade any day, just because I love these 5-minute setups, and once they work, you know, if you guys remember, last week it was on Monday, I believe it was, with ZAIS, or sorry, Tuesday with ZAIS, where I got in on a 5-minute setup for the first 5 minutes to make a new high on a pullback, and you know what, it moved 30-40 cents on that. So I'll take these any day, you know, as long as my risk is low. And on this trade it was, because you know I was willing to lose 7 cents with the goal of making, you know, going up to 15 cents, or you know, so that's 2 to 1 right there, 2 to 1 ratio. But if it was to break the high of day, we would have, you know, a 3 to 1 ratio, a 4 to 1 ratio. So I don't feel bad about taking that trade. I think it was a great trade. I was patient, only trade I've had so far. And you know what, I'll take my loss happily on this one, just because next time it's gonna work, and when it does, I will make more than what I lose when it doesn't work, as long as I keep my stop low. So there's that. Second thing I want to talk about just quickly before we end this video is BNTC. Now BNTC again, you know, I was waiting for this. It has run in the past, so I felt like it does have momentum. If it picks momentum, it does have room to run. The only thing is, right now, as you guys can see, the volume has completely dried up. It did pop up. It was probably a chat room or something that pushed it up, and now the volume has dried up. I was waiting for a 5-minute setup. Maybe this will give me a 5-minute setup, so I'll watch it for a bit here, but I am going to end the video. I'll watch it for the next candle to see what happens. If it does make a high, and you know, I see the volume spike up, I might look to move in for a push towards the high of day, and then a potential break of that, we could see a room up to 4. But for now, I am done. Thank you for watching, guys. Today we only had one trade. I do want to go over my goal here. My goal for the end of February is to, so I'll show you guys my balance right now in my equity. For example, my equity right now is 1736. My goal for the end of February is to have this at least at 2,000, and I feel like it's a very, very achievable goal. I just need to keep in mind that I can get there, but I don't need to rush there. I can get there slowly and safely. I just don't need to rush to get there. And I do have a whole week next week, although next week is a short week. We only got 4 days, but I got Friday, and then I think I have a day or something the week after that for the end of February. So it is a potential goal for me to close this month over 2,000. And if I stay with the plays that I did, for example today is ZSAN, if I stay patient and if I wait for the right place, oh, this just made a new high, but I don't like it. I think it's being very choppy. It's dropping, going up. I'm just gonna stay away from it for now. The volume did come in a little, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, it's moving up, so it's definitely a low float stock. It moves quick, but I don't know what's gonna happen here. So we'll just watch it. But anyways, back to my goal. I'm ending the day so $40 in negative today. You know, $40 loss after all my fees and stuff. Not a big loss. But obviously I have a loss from yesterday and the day before. The day before on Tuesday I had a $40 loss. Yesterday I had about $170 loss. Today I had a $40 loss. So obviously the red days don't look that good. But at the end of the day, I think today, especially Tuesday was a good day too, because I went down about 126, but then I popped back up, and then I had one more trade, I think on APOP it was, and I lost $40 or something on that. So Tuesday was a good day. I was able to come back from a big loss. But however, yesterday I just kept trading, looking to make my loss back, and I basically went into a downward spiral, and I ended up losing more than I wanted to lose. My max loss per day is about $100, and my max trades per day is about 3. So I can only take 3 trades or hit a max loss of 100, whichever comes first. I'm done for the day. But I didn't stick to any of those rules. On Tuesday I took off. Oh, this just ran to 358. But again, we don't have to worry about it, because again, it's being a bit choppy. Look at all the volume that just came in. It's being very choppy. Like, I won't know where to I won't know where my risk would be, where my exit would be, where my entry would be. Look at the spread on this, 348 to 356. It was 341 to 348. So not interested in this at all. So anyways, back to today's trade. I felt like Tuesday trade was good. APOP, I shouldn't have taken that trade because it was my 4th trade on the day. Same thing yesterday. Yesterday I took 4 trades. After losing on 3 and hitting my max loss, I decided to take another trade, and it was all revenge trading yesterday. Yesterday was my mindset was just all over the place. Didn't calm down before making any trades. I just kept going in and trying to make a play. Today, much better. I feel a lot better taking the ZSAN trade, because if it was to work out, the way I thought it will, we could have seen it pop over 350 on this setup right here. We could have seen it pop over 350 and a potential run up to 4. So my reward was there. The odds were in my side. So I took that trade. This one just didn't pan out. I mean, if this was the first day of this kind of move, it might have panned out. It might have worked. But today it just didn't. So thank you for watching, guys. I am completely done. I don't see anything else that I like. So I'm not going to be trading anymore. I'm just going to take this loss and come back stronger tomorrow. That's all I can, do. Come back stronger every day. I already feel better about today than I did about yesterday. So I feel like tomorrow, if I come in with the same positive mindset, I'm gonna have, and if I stay patient, I might be able to get a similar trade where I get a 5-minute setup and I can go a bit aggressive, and if it works out, it'll make up for all the losses. So, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.